Meet me. Welcome back, boys, to another subscriber account review with Dr. Squirrel. And today we're going to be reviewing a early to mid game account because last time we did a mid to late game account. And I'm going to keep alternating between the two of them so that I can help the maximum number of people that I can, because everyone's accounts are in a different state. So I want to repeatedly review accounts that are kind of different from each other. So today we're reviewing Julia's account, and she's in Arena Gold. She doesn't do much RTA apparently. And let me just check the Discord. The main thing she wants help with is arena offense, and to be able to build a strong Wyvern team. So she says she has 17 6-stars, and she's not F2P, but she only buys the monthly packs, and she says she buys the special event packs. So pretty normal. That's what most people do that aren't F2P but aren't whales. So we'll call that like a mini dolphin account. So the first thing we're going to do is scope out her heroes. Then I'm going to check out her arena teams, and then I'm going to check out her hunt team because that's, I think, the main thing that most early to mid game players need help with, because hunts are what equals progression. Like, you need to be able to do those hunts. So if she doesn't have a good Wyvern team, let's look at her hero pool and see if we can build one for her. Kind of like how we did for the very first account review we did on this channel. So we're going to sort by CP again because you guys are very smart and recommended that I do that, and it makes a lot of sense. So right off the bat, we get a Luluka has an imprint, and let's check out these stats. So that is a very hard-hitting Luluka, but it's very slow, and it's on Caladra. So I don't really see Lulukas very often, but I'm gonna guess this is must be from her Wyvern team. Green Vildred, very popular choice, especially for new players when they did their selective summon. Very good dog walker. Looks like a pretty solid dog walker build. Obviously not built for PvP or anything, but I'm assuming this is just for dog walking, so it's fine. Yafine, another super strong DPS unit that's super slow. I'm assuming this is used with A-Lots. It's on Hellcutter, which is a little bit weird. I think you need to sacrifice some damage for crit chance, because 75% means 1 out of 4 times you're going to get screwed over by RNG. So maybe just find some way to get more crit on her. And she should work fine with Oxlots, but she's too slow for general usage. Let's check out this Sigrix. Definitely a Wyvern Sigrid. We have the DDJ right there. Exclusive equipment is fine. It's on free gear on the attack set, so very slow. That's fine for a Wyvern team if she's running it with G Purges. The crit chance is fine for Wyvern. The crit damage is a little bit too low. So after I look at these heroes, we're going to scope out her gear by using the Manage Equipment button and see if we can maybe... I don't want to move her gear because it's not free unequipped, but at least see what she could build. She's got some limited units, Landy. So I'm seeing a common theme here. I'm guessing, so this makes a lot of people who struggle with Wyvern, you're going to see right off the bat that most of their units are very slow, because if you're struggling with Wyvern, you can't farm the speed gear, and speed gear is the most important thing in this game. So I'm seeing a trend of just really strong heroes that look okay at first glance until you look at this speed value and you realize definitely has some gearing issues here. But again, a very strong Landy, but the speed is essentially unusable. Operator Sigrid, I'd say another jacked unit that's slow. Again, that's fine if you're using these units with A-Lots, but I think we're seeing a lot of units that are very strong and slow. We got ourselves a Luna. Always nice to see a Luna. I don't even know what her exclusive equipment does. Grants an extra turn. Luna's largely fallen off. She used to be a staple for Wyvern 11, but she stinks at Wyvern 13, so I have no comments on this Luna. Sermia, another powerful, slow unit here. Looks like most of her units are on the free gear, which is pretty normal for an early... I would say this account is more early game than anything else. Although she does have a decent amount of 6 stars. Cerise, I'm wondering if this is her fastest unit. So 237 speed. In gold, that's not the slowest. Obviously, it's nothing like a champ play or something. But again, you guys got to remember, keep this with a grain of salt. This is an early mid game account. So some speed effectiveness is a bit low. But again, at the gold and masters tiers, no one's running effect resist. So that's fine. Her health is a little bit high. I'm guessing she doesn't have effectiveness main rings, but if you got an effectiveness main ring, I feel like that would fix your effectiveness problem right off the bat. Here we got a Crow, pretty solid defense HP. So again, it's the speed. So I think this account is just really lacking in speed gear. Let's just keep going. Same thing, strong, low speed. I guess this is one of her faster units. Clearly still not fast. The Tamarin's pretty solid. Again, speed. It's on triple health set. That's why her other stats look pretty... Like, her HP is a lot higher than the average Tama. A Momo. So this is like the funny thing about this account. Basically, like, at first glance, everything looks fine until you see the speed. So I think we know the problem here. I don't think we have to dwell on that too much. Rwana, so speed. I think we're kind of running into the heroes that aren't built at all, so I don't think we have to talk about these. Let's look at the Oxlots. 198. So the good thing about Oxlots is that he's a hero where literally none of the stats matter except speed. So what I'm going to do here is just try and make him as fast as possible with whatever gear he has. So that's 4 speed. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Julia, if you plus 15 this and you get a speed roll, this is actually a super fast helmet. And this might be an easy candidate for you to reforge to get even more speed. That's actually pretty good. 4 speed, that's not going to cut it. What can we get here? Well, we don't know about the sets yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. 10 speed, okay. 9 speed. So definitely having speed issues on this account. How much speed does she have on what she's using? 0 speed. Okay. So obviously we can improve upon that. What speed set stuff does she have? Essentially none. And her boots are not max speed, but okay. So if she plus 15s this and reforges it, she will get another 17 speed. So 229, 230. So you'd have a 236 speed A-Lots if you moved it to this gear. And if you reforged a helm, it'd probably be more like a 240 A-Lots, which is not fast, but again, your early mid-game in gold, I think that'll be more than fast enough for you to outspeed a lot of stuff. And then you can start dunking them with one of your high damage units. So we'll scope out your arena teams in a second, but I think that will probably be your best play for pushing arena with what I am seeing so far. So let's take a look at your arena team just so I could see, hey, pretty good win rate actually, defense rate. So he's using Oxlots, Cerise, Rowana, Operator, Sigrid. It's kind of a definitely an unusual offense. But these defenses are also, I mean, I haven't been in gold in a long time, but I feel like, do you have CDOM? Let's just scope out her journal real quick, and so I can get a better sense of what hero she has. I don't, no, she does not have CDOM, so she can't build a CDOM cleave. Actually has a healthy amount of ML4s. Maid Chloe, DJ Basar, and Apoc Ravi are her ML5s, and she does have Champ Zerato. I don't know how many debuff teams are common at this tier. But, yeah, definitely a very strange offense team, so let me think about this. Let me look through her kit again and see if we could come up with something for her arena offense. Okay, so going back over, there really isn't the fastest unit she has is Vildred, so Julia, I'm going to assume this is your normal arena offense team. One thing to watch out for is make sure they're placed properly. So Oxlots has the imprint in the top 2 slots. So you're going to want to move that. I'm going to leave the Cerise in there because I can't think of a good follow-up. And we're just going to try and use her offense comp. And I'm going to swap in Vildred here. And let's just see, because I didn't really understand the Rwana. Let's just see how her team as is works. I'm not really sure what the average speed in gold is. So that FCC is actually faster than the A-Lots. So the A-Lots, definitely you're going to want to move it over to some speed gear. And that should make things a lot easier for you. So we got decreased speed, so we did manage to cut here. So we'll bump up Operator Sigrid. And I think what we'll do is wipe out the FCC before she can get anything up. And then we can do this. And hopefully this Vildred with the attack buff will do enough damage. So maybe this team will work for you. Hey, look, we actually got a win. So, okay, that kind of worked pretty well, actually. But I think the main struggle you're going to have is obviously the speed. You're going to have to work on fixing up this A-Lots and maybe replacing the Cerise with something else. But the main problem I'm seeing is you don't have any CR push other than the Oxlot. So normally, if you have something like CDOM, you can boost up like Operator Sigrid, and then CDOM pushes the rest of the team. So you're going to want to invest in a different CR pusher. But again, I think the main core of your issues are probably going to revolve around your gear, right? Because you can't really do anything if you don't have the gear to make these suggestions a reality. So Julia said she struggles with Hunt 12, but she does Hunt 11. So let me just scope out her Hunt 11 team. I mean, until Hunt 13 came out, this was the hardest hunt you could do. So let's just scope it out. And I'm assuming this is a functional hunt team. And I don't know if she can auto 12 easily. Did she tell me that? While this is running, I'm just going to scope out the Discord real quick. Blah, blah, blah. She can auto 11 just fine, but she can't auto 12. Okay, so let's just watch this real quick, and then let's see her hero pool, and we'll make some suggestions on how she could build a good Hunt 12 team, at least, like with her gear. Julie, I think you're going to struggle with Wyvern 13 no matter what units you use because your gear is just not there, especially your speed gear. So you're going to have to farm Wyvern 12 for a while until you get a consistent Wyvern 13 team. But I'm sure we can figure out a Wyvern 12 team that works for you. So I'm assuming this works. I don't think we have to watch much more of this, so maybe I'll just cancel out. The crowd seems pretty tanky, so yeah, the Wyvern's dropping pretty fast. This Wyvern 11 team will work. So based on your heroes, you have some really good Wyvern heroes, actually. So Luluka and Sigrid can stay. What I would recommend is, do you have General Purges? Let's check out the Knights, Light. Wait, no, he's a warrior. She does have General Purges. So bam. That's my first piece of advice to you. Focus on building General Purges. You're going to want to give him the self-imprint. It's not a good gauge. We can't really see what his stat pool will look like because he's only level 50. But heck, let's take a look. So we'll take whatever health set you have. Let's just see what you can get to. Maybe steal it from Crow. I mean, it's only level 50. Definitely not the best stats, but for Wyvern 12, once you're level 50, you might be able to make this work. So definitely build the General Purges, and then your speed issues don't matter because General Purges will CR bump everyone. Make sure you put the exclusive equipment on. That gives even more CR push, and Mola this if you can. If you can't afford Mola's, try to get his friendship up somehow. You can use those tokens from the event. And what is a good third? I think Furious, if she has Furious. She does have Furious and it is level 50. Nothing into it, but I would say Mola the S2 and Mola the S3 until at least +4, +6 You can probably swing skipping it. It's only 10% more. It'll cost you some runs, but if you're autoing it, it doesn't really matter. But 9 out of 10 is pretty good. 4 out of 5 isn't. So I think you could build a very solid Wyvern 12 team. So Furious, General Purgus, Luluka, and Sigrid. So let me just go back to their heroes. I got to take these filters off. So the Luluka, the effectiveness is fine for Wyvern, and she's also going to be death breaking randomly. I would take her off Kaladra for Wyvern and maybe put her on Sierra Ren. I'm assuming you have Sierra Ren to even stack up more debuffs. I guess for Wyvern 12, that doesn't matter so much, but for Wyvern 13, it's going to matter a lot. And the Sigrid, I mean, obviously try to make it better, but this is probably going to work fine for um, Wyvern 12. So the thing with DDJ is it benefits a lot from crit damage. I wonder if we put your best destruction gear um, on this hero, how it looks like. The problem is a lot of your destruction gear is not. I mean, even this, I think, you could probably check out one of the calculators, but even this would probably do more damage with the DDJ. So you don't have to care about Sigrid's speed at all with General Purges. And since you're having a lot of issues with speed gear, I think that's your best bet. So to fix your hunt team, Julia, that's what I would do. 6-star General Purges, get those molas in the right places and put your best health gear on him. And then build up Furious. You can leave Furious at level 50. That's not a big deal. I think my Furious is level 50 for my auto Wyvern 13 team. Make sure you get him to like, I forget the exact number. It's like between like 70 and 100 effectiveness for Wyvern 13. And you want him around 200 speed. But again, with General Purges, you have some leeway. We're talking about Wyvern 13. For Wyvern 12, even like 180 will probably be fine. And make sure you mola 1 into S2 and ideally at least 4 into S3, but at minimum you need to get at least 3 into S3 so that he can spam his thing. And your Sigrid, I would opt to move over to Destruction set, get more crit damage. And the Luluka, honestly, you don't need her to do that much damage. I would put her on Sierra Ren, make her as fast as possible so you can stack debuffs onto Wyvern. And that team should let you clear Wyvern 12 easily. And once you get good enough gear, in the beginning you're going to struggle on Wyvern 13, but it's not going to be because of the heroes. It's going to be because of the gear. So as you farm Wyvern 12, get better and better gear, put better gear on your heroes, you're going to find that that exact same team will work on Wyvern 13. I guarantee it. You could probably YouTube it. I'm sure there's someone who uses G-Purge, Luluka, Sigrid, and Furious on Wyvern 13. So just literally type in those 4 heroes into YouTube, and I'm sure you'll find something. For Arena, I think you're going to just need more speed gear. But again, I would recommend you build a CR pusher. So either if you get CDOM, all your problems kind of go away because what you can do is A-Lots boost into anything. It could even be the Vildred, and then CDOM will push right after. But until you get something like Vildred, you're going to, I mean, can your Operator Sigrid kill stuff without barrier? I don't even know. Like, I don't know how squishy stuff is in gold. I guess we could use the Cerise as a barometer. Like, how much damage did they take from this? So switch some speed gear over to A-Lots to make him at least like 220-ish. And I mean, I think this Operator Sigrid will kill stuff, actually. This just seems so squishy. Oh, actually, it's pretty close. Okay. But I think you should easily be able to get into at least Masters. I mean, it looks like you're just dunking the stuff in gold. Like, again, I don't know. I had no idea what gold looked like, but clearly the defenses are not too strong. So I think you can legit just use this same team and probably get all the way up to Masters if you make the A-Lots a little bit faster and maybe drop the Cerise from the team because the Cerise isn't really doing anything for you over there. In terms of RTA, I'll just be super honest. I don't think you'll be able to do much in RTA with this gear. I think you'll get stuck because there's a lot of strong people in RTA, even at the lower tiers. So the only solution to get better at RTA is to fix that Wyvern team, spam Wyvern, and then you're going to want to build out some Bruisers and Soul Weaver. So before we wrap this up, let's take a look at your Soul Weaver and Bruiser situation. So definitely build Crow, definitely build Lilius. Out of the Soul Weavers you have, probably Amomo is your best bet for high-end RTA. DN, you could build DN. DN is very strong. And Flurry. Definitely build Falconer Flurry or Falconer Clurry. She's really strong. Oh, you have Doris too. Doris is very strong as well. But it looks like Adventurer Roz. It looks like you don't really have a whole lot of bruisers built. You're going to want at least 2 reliable knights and 2 reliable soul weavers. You can pick any of the ones that I mentioned, but after you're done with your Wyvern team, you can focus on building those out. But definitely, you're going to want at least 2 of each of those. So let me write these things down so I can kind of sum this whole thing up, and then we'll wrap up this video. All right, so I typed out these quick little notes for myself to summarize my, whatever you want to call it, assessment of this account. So Julia, here it is. Number 1, fix your hunt team, which you knew already. This is what you wanted me to look at. So my advice to you is build a team of General Purgus, Furious, Sigrid, and Luluka based on what I'm seeing on your account. General Purgus, get to level 60, fully awaken and Mola his S2, and put him on Sepulchrum or Proof of Valor. Furious, you can keep him at level 50, but make sure you awaken and Mola him. So the Molas, like I said before, S2 and at least 3 into S3, ideally 4. And I don't know if you have Song of Stars. If you don't have Song of Stars, put something random on him, but Song of Stars is probably the best for more debuffs. Sigrid, for Wyvern 12, you almost don't have to change anything at all. If you have General Purgus, you could keep her as is, but ideally, you'll switch her to Destruction Set, get her more crit damage because DDJ scales well off that. And Luluka, you don't need her to do so much damage. Make her faster. Her effectiveness is fine. You want to kind of use her as like a debuff spammer and get her on Sierra Ren so you can have even more debuffs stick on Wyvern. Number 2, the topic you wanted help with, Arena. I think in gold, like from what I'm seeing, the defenses look extraordinarily easy. So I think you can just continue to use these same teams. And the main thing I would do is make your A-lots faster. Like he's not even 200 speed. So move some gear around, get him to like 220 speed, and then you can basically just use this exact same strategy I'm using now. Although in the long run, you're either going to want to wait for CDOM or invest in a better CR pusher, because the main weakness with this pseudo cleave offense you have here is that you can't really push the rest of your team if they have any decent speed gear on them. This team is just really, really slow. So either wait for CDOM and build her out, or try and build some other CR pusher. A good budget option is Blue Rose. And the final thing that you want to talk about was RTA. And I'll just be honest with you. For RTA, just skip it. It's going to be too hard with your current gear. Like I said, RTA is hard. Even at the lowest ratings, there's a lot of people with really good gear. So I think you're just going to get trucked in RTA, and it's going to be a real hill even to get to Masters with this kind of gear. General comments, just keep enhancing and reforging your good gear. Like that helmet on A-Lots was actually pretty sick. Those are the kind of things you're just going to want a plus 15 and reforge. Try to build out at least 2 decently built Knights and Soul Weavers for general purpose use out of the pool that I mentioned before. And basically, again, the main thing, I say this to everybody, the main thing is grind away at Wyvern. Make a consistent Wyvern team so that it doesn't feel like a chore. just hit that auto repeat button and just grind Wyvern, grind Wyvern, grind Wyvern. Once you get better gear, use that exact same Wyvern team and start grinding 13. And once you get a bunch of units around 200 speed, you're just going to find that everything in the game just gets 10 times easier, and you literally didn't have to do anything other than just click the auto repeat button here and wait. And then you'll be able to do more abyss floors. You'll be able to climb higher in arena and RTA. 90% of this game is about gear, and the way to get it is Wyvern. Don't even think about the other hunts, just Wyvern. So, anyways, I think we'll wrap that review up here. Again, this was an early mid-game account. So, any of you guys that are subscribed to me that are in a similar boat, this same advice will apply to you guys. I'm beating a dead horse here, but again, farm Wyvern, farm Wyvern, farm Wyvern, farm Wyvern. I can't say it enough. As stupid and boring as that advice is, that is literally how you get good at this game. So, Julia, thanks for letting me review your account. I hope some of my advice was helpful for you. And I look forward to seeing you in Challenger and Champion, however high you end up climbing. I hope you have a much more successful time doing Wyvern after you make the changes I recommended. And also, you have a really sweet pet. I appreciate anyone who has a rodent as their pet. So if you guys have any questions for me or Julia, leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. And again, if you want your own account reviewed, just apply to my Discord and follow the template in the channel dedicated to that. And I will reach out to you if you're selected. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.